This is the Oasis. It's a place where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
You know, there's a place for you know, highbrow, dramatic filmmaking, but there's also a place for pure cinematic escapism and adventure. And I know that was what drew him to Ready Player One. He told me, he's like, you know, I haven't made a movie like this that's just pure fun and escapism in a long time. And so he wanted to do that again, and I think that he has. And it doesn't mean that the movie, you know, can't be really smart in certain points and very deep in others, but by and large, the whole thing is like a fun roller coaster.
I'm here talking to all of you now because our future's being threatened.
Oh my gosh, the Shining sequence, I still can't believe that's in this movie. And it's something that I've never seen in another movie. You know, I've never seen a movie where the characters end up going into another film, much less a classic film or a Stanley Kubrick film. To me, it's so unlikely. You know, in my novel, they go into other films, the Monty Python film or War Games. But here, you know, it's just, for me, that was so much fun because it was getting to see Steven pay tribute to one of his heroes, as opposed to, you know, all of us paying tribute to our other cinematic heroes. It was watching him do that to someone who had been his friend and collaborator. So I'm so proud of that, and I think it's just beautiful. We all came up with it together. Zach and I, we initially thought about doing Blade Runner, but the rights to Blade Runner because of the sequel were unattainable. So then we made a list of other 80s films that we thought might be fun to go into. And as soon as Steven saw The Shining, he responded to it, and you could just see his imagination catch fire because he loved that movie and is a huge fan of it, and so is our cinematographer Janusz Kaminski, and they immediately started brainstorming about ways to pay tribute to the movie and which scenes, you know, and moments and sets to reference, and we all had so much fun working on that.
Find him.
You know, he and I had actually met and become friends before he started working on the script. He did another documentary called Atari Game Over that dealt with Atari games and also the E.T. Extraterrestrial video game. And so he and I had already met and bonded and become friends over our shared love of cinema and video games. And so once he started working on the script, it was, you know, I was getting to work with one of my friends. And then once Steven came on board, then it was, you know, the two of us getting to work with one of our heroes. But he also is really good at setting you at ease and making you feel like, you know, he values your opinion. Because he does. He's so kind to writers. I think it's one of the reasons he's such a successful filmmaker is he's so respectful of screenwriters and so good at taking input, you know, from everyone.